Hey everybody, in this video we're going to learn how to move our folders on our GotBackup cloud. Now in this example, I'm on Windows 11, but it works exactly the same on a Mac. But first of all, why would we want to do this? Well, currently here we are in our GotBackup directory, and the way that we have this set up at the moment is set up for one device. Now what if I want to add a second device to my GotBackup cloud? There will most likely be a videos folder, a documents, a pictures, a music, and so forth. The more devices you add to your GotBackup cloud, this could potentially turn into a huge mess. So this is why we're going to create a directory folder for just this laptop that I'm using. This is my Windows 11 laptop. So I'm going to go ahead and just hit this plus button. And I'm going to create a new folder. I'll call this Windows 11 laptop. And hit enter. Now this second step is very important. Before we start moving our folders, remember these are synced folders. If we move these folders while they're still in sync, we're going to break that link between our cloud. So the next step is to come into my settings. I'm going to come to my account and I'm going to hit settings. So I'm going to come to each one of my synced folders and I'm going to hit these dots. Remove sync connection. Remove sync connection. Nothing's not going to be deleted. We're just unlinking them temporarily. So I'm going to remove sync connection. I don't have to do it with my GotBackup because this is our directory for our cloud. I'm going to do it for my music, my pictures, and my videos. Now remember, this folder was a shared folder, was a storage folder. It's not in sync, so I don't need to worry about that one. Okay, now, since everything has been unsynced, you'll just see I have this. And here's my Windows laptop folder that I just created. So now, if I come back into my cloud, now I'm ready to start moving these folders into this Windows laptop directory. So how do we do this? I'm going to hit these little boxes and there's going to be a check mark. This is telling me that I'm selecting them. Now if I right click, I'm going to hit move or copy. In this instance, I'm going to move them. So I'm going to move them into this Windows 11 laptop folder. And I'm going to move them. I don't want to copy them because I'm going to make a whole nother instance of them. And the bigger your files are, it's going to take a really long time. And I just want to point something out real quick. In a previous video, I mentioned that I recommend that you always copy rather than cut your data when you're transferring. Well, moving and cutting are not exactly the same. Cutting is physically moving data from one drive to another. And if you remember, I wanted to transfer data from my SD card onto my hard drive. So I've recommended that we copy because in an event where maybe my power gets cut off while I'm transferring all my data, I could lose all my information if I cut. So if I copied, my information still lives on that SD card. I am copying another instance on this new drive. So my data is still saved on my SD card if anything were to happen. Moving, on the other hand, is information that lives on the same drive. In this case, my GotBackup cloud. My information still lives on this drive. Moving is just basically changing the folder path within that drive. That's why if I move, it's gonna almost be instantaneous because all that's happening is the folder path's been changed. If I were to copy, depending on how much information you have, could take a while because I am making a second instance. I hope that makes sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and move them. And they're moved now. Their folder path have been moved into this Windows 11 directory that I created. Okay, now, this is where I go back and start syncing again. If I come back to add folder sync connection, I'm going to go back and get my pictures. Next. Now here's my folder, my directory folder that I created for my Windows 11 laptop. If I hit this little arrow, you're going to see now all these folders underneath this directory. So here's my pictures, and I'm going to hit next. Add sync connection. I don't have to name the folder because it's already living under this Windows laptop because we moved it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for the rest of them. Choose my music. And again, same thing. Awesome, so they're basically resyncing right now. Alright, now they're fully synced again. And we could tell right here in my Finder, everything now lives under this Windows 11 directory. And if I come back into my main directory, you will see now, here's this folder, and here's everything that's in sync. And remember, this is my storage folder, so I don't have to sync this one. I hope that makes sense, guys. This is an easy way to keep organized, because now I could create a new folder for my MacBook. And now, when I start syncing my MacBook folders, I'm gonna put them in here.